you're having fun. I know you are. I hope you're drinking your water. I know you are. I hope you worked out. I know you did. I hope that your dishes are clean. I know they are. I hope that you can find your shoes. You know where they are. Guys, I've been crying. Like, my emotions are so strong. I don't even know, like, what's gonna make me cry next, or what's gonna make me bring me so much joy. Like, it's a roller coaster, and I have to balance. Like, it's nice to be able to feel like you're on hallucinogenics all the time, but I wasn't sure what I was asking for. Because if you've ever done a good batch of mushrooms and you've laughed and cried at the same time, and even like maybe even snotted yourself, like one time I was on the river and I was laughing and crying, and I was in a canoe. I was on a canoe. And I was like, I'm so close to the water, but I can't get in. And I'm like over here, and I all messed up. I was all messed up. But I was like, I had the most fun I've had in years. It was fun. And then the motorcycle, or not the motorcycle, the four-wheeler wouldn't start. And we stopped on a hill. And so we ended up riding the four-wheeler down the hill with no engine on. It was fun. It was a fun river trip. And, yeah. So, I wasn't really sure what I was going to talk about when I came on. That's why it sounded like Dr. Seuss or something. Let's see. Let's do Sadhguru. Want to? Yeah. Yeah. Let's flip it like a tarot spread. Like a tarot spread. Alright. What page? There's even a box around it. Can't say the word. I'll skip it. The elements. In southern India, 5 major temples were built for each of the 5 elements. These temples were created not for worship, but to facilitate a specific type of spiritual practice. To cleanse the water element, you would go to a particular temple and do one kind of practice to cleanse the element of air. You would go to another. In this manner, 5 wonderful temples were created for each of the elements, infused with the kind of energy that assisted a particular type of spiritual practice. Traditionally, seekers traveled from one temple to another to be initiated into practices that enabled them to have mastery over the elements and to achieve healing, well-being, and even transcendence. These 5 temples were built so that they functioned as one system. This was a phenomenal technology. Those who knew the appropriate spiritual practice could make use of it. Those who did not know the practice could benefit just by living in the region. The temples still exist, and even those who do not understand their energy significance marvel at these magnificent works of architecture. I wonder where that is. All right. So, read books, do what they say. This book is called Inner Engineering, and it actually, the first time I read it, I went back to it. But the first time I read it, it had me sleepwalking, because I'm a sleepwalker. Like, I've even been studied, like, why, but I understand that if I'm aligned, that I don't wake up and have fear, because I will run outside, back when I was like 23. But I would hear people outside. I would be like, there's people by the window. I would wake my boyfriend up and I would tell him that there was people by the window. So anyway, this book would have me waking up trying to do what it says. So, I have one marked. Let's see what this angel number is. 5, 5. Big changes in the air. That's what 7 Habits of the Super Attractor would say. Gabby Bernstein. Big changes. Estoy, EVOLUCIONO. I'd have to Google this, and I'm on my phone. But 5-5 changes. What else? I see all these people with 20-minute videos, and I'm like, I can barely do 3, but I'm unique. That's okay. We could do a breath. All right. So, whenever I woke up this morning, I used the bumblebee breath because my thoughts were overwhelming me because of the things that are going on outside. Not me, not in my home, but outside of my home. So, I used the bumblebee breath. So you put your fingers over your eyes. My hands are so cold. And you put your, well, first you put your thumbs in your ears, then you do your fingers. And you go, But if you don't want to cover your face, you can just use when you wake up, and then throw in some gratitude, bring in your heart space, do a body scan, a Reiki, pull in your aura, your light, your sun, create the sun within you. Oh, I got to whisper in. Like, I gotta tell you a secret. I do. I glitched. Did you see me glitch? I love you.